Alabama has a new senator headed to Washington.
The certification was completed.
But Republican opponent Roy Moore is still not conceding, as he vowed on election night.
It's not over, and it's going to take some time. Thank you.
State officials today certifying Doug Jones as the lawful winner of the Alabama special election. Jones, the first Democrat to hold the seat in a quarter century, winning by nearly 22,000 votes.
The people of Alabama have spoken.
But Moore filed a legal complaint overnight, claiming to be the victim of systematic voter fraud, questioning suspiciously high turnout numbers, demanding a new election. Alabama Secretary of State dismissed the filing, as did a state judge.
The one thing that we were able to do is to confirm that our elections were safe, fair, secure, credible, and had integrity.
The Secretary of State said his office investigated the fraud allegations, finding none legitimate. The 11th hour move aligns with Moore's unconventional campaign. A controversial ride, allegations of sexual misconduct with teenage girls taking center stage, which Moore still denies, in a statement saying election fraud experts across the country have agreed this was a fraudulent election. I have no regrets. To God be the glory. The victory for Jones means Democrats are 2 seats away from taking back control of the Senate. As for Moore, no word on whether he'll contest the election further or if his fight is now officially over. Katie Beck, NBC News, Atlanta.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.